And it is on. This could well be our last map today. We currently have Hero up 1 game against Creator. A great PvP that we've seen on the last map, Cloud Kingdom. Now we are on Daybreak. Bottom left starts the Prime player. It is
Creator Prime.
1 flap up, 1 flap down on the caller. What does that mean? That means he's down a game. That's what that means.
Yeah. Top right, we have his opponent. Starting in the blue, he came to Korea today, arrived at 6 PM 3 hours ago, but he is ahead in the best of 3. It is Liquid's
Liquid Hero.
Just 1 game away from advancing here. Now this is the winner's bracket match. I want to point that out. So this is the unique match of today where one of these players will fall to the loser bracket, but neither of them will be out of the tournament.
Exactly. It's the last game in the round of 16 that we have in the winner bracket, and the winner of this game is going to win against Puzzle. So for Puzzle, this is actually a pretty cool situation. He's sitting at home right now. He's watching these games, and he's like, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He probably will try to play exactly these maps against his opponents, and he can prepare. He can prepare so much better against whoever wins this. So that's a pretty awesome position for him to be in.
Yeah, and Creator is going for the double gas before core, something that Hero did last game. This will allow him to do the same double probe in each gas, have a little bit better gas efficiency. Delays his core, but because the warp gate timing attacks are so rare these days, it's a risk he can afford to take.
Both of these players are, by the way, in the best matchup here. If you just look at the historics, they have a huge win ratio in the Protoss versus Protoss. And to put some numbers to it, we have currently, let me see, Hero is at 66 win ratio. Actually, he's a little bit better against Zerg, but he has 74 wins, 38 losses. On the other hand, the Creator with a 63% win ratio has a sample size of roughly 50 games and won 31 of them.
That's a pretty good sample size. That's
50 games. That's okay.
That's fairly sized.
For StarCraft 2, that's pretty good.
Yeah. And right now,
I mean, unless you're Goody. Goody has like 500 games in each matchup.
Who's the other guy? Bly. He's got like 1 million games played.
Oh, believe me, no one in this world has more tournament games than Goody.
Does he actually have more than Bly?
You want me to find out?
I do actually.
Okay.
While we have the Sentry on the way for Creator, that's something I'm curious about. This probe actually is going to sneak by the Zealot, which would have been possible either way, but more importantly gets past the Sentry. And now he knows that the Sentry has been made, and that's pretty important because he's like, well, that's 100 gas you spent on that. He may even consider going for something a little bit less, safe as a result. There's even a 2nd Sentry coming out here, and if he micros his probe well, he will see the 2nd Sentry. Not going to be able to do it, though.
What do you think are we going to see this time out of those two?
I think we're going to see that Hero will... I think he's going to go for Robotics this time and try to hold an expansion.
Are you ready, by the way?
Yeah.
Do you want to know?
Am I, like, really wrong?
You are so wrong.
I thought Bly played 1 million games. I don't know.
Bly played 864 matches that we recorded in StarCraft 2 so far. Are you ready for Goody?
I'm ready.
Okay. Goody has 1,674.
So basically twice.
Exactly. Believe me, no one beats Goody in this.
Now, look at this. Creator has made 3 sentries, and Hero can poke like this because he knows it, but he can't stop the Nexus, and he's got to be careful with the Stalker. But this is so funny that Creator's made so many sentries. Hero could have capitalized on this tech-wise. He's got 300 gas, but he did not capitalize on it.
Yeah, he didn't. And, well, while Creator is following things up now with his robotics, we have Hero once again with the Twilight Council. He really loves this build.
I love how Hero is poking with these Stalkers, so knowing his opponent's composition and abusing that.
He will not be able to force a cancel here, but it's actually so annoying for Creator.
It is, and Creator's trying to ask himself, do I want to try to trap this with Force Fields? Guardian Shield goes up, but no, he's not going to be able to get these. No way.
Use the energy and forces his opponent back, but, well, Hero did a little bit of... He stressed him out a bit.
And Hero can now be aggressive with his Blink Stalker play. With the 4 Paladin he's got up, he knows that Creator's not going to have as many Stalkers as him. He does not know about the robotics. And if the Immortal is out, he will have to stop the attack. But if there's no Immortal, then the attack will be quite successful. Against that many Sentries, Sentries just do not really do damage to Stalkers.
Yeah. Well, Blink is currently up, and of course Hero already needs another Observer. And this is also going to be a battle of detection. If you're able to kill your opponent's Observer, especially if you're a Creator, then you know that there's no way he can blink into your main base, as long as he doesn't have a unit on the high ground. So that's pretty important here too. And Creator with his Immortal count, as you already pointed out, if he has enough Immortals and can stop the Stalkers from blinking, then the Creator has to fall Hero has to fall back and transition.
Yeah, and you know, the funny thing is, if he skips the Immortal, Hero can really do a lot with this, but since he's playing safe, he's even getting a second Immortal now. This is the worst possible map to blink on. There's no way to blink into the main, except walking through the natural, then blinking in. So this blink tech is not going to be very useful. The robotic support bay tech for Creator is probably actually about 6 to 7 times more useful. Hero, though, in the past, already has shown that he can turn games around with Blink Stalker play on any map.
And he's going for a Warp Prism here, which I like quite a lot. We have seen sick Warp Prism micro in the recent past, especially in the WCS Korea. So this is something that Hero can definitely make work. If he plays well with this, then this could actually pose a big problem to Creator.
Could be a big problem indeed. I'm starting to wonder what the next step is going to be for Hero with this Warp Prism, because if this Warp Prism gets shut down, he's just committed so much into this. I don't want to call Warp Prism tech, but it's robotics build time. He didn't get a robotic support bay. He's committed a lot to some sort of aggressive play, and if Creator defends it well, he's definitely going to be behind. He's already behind in tech.
That's a pretty big if, though. Well, not really a pretty big if, but on the other hand, the thing is, we've seen Creator kind of panic in situations like this. It depends on how calm he is in this. But don't forget, he's down a map already. This is definitely pressuring him a lot. But he saw it, didn't he? Yeah. He's in position already with units in the main base, and he should be fine here if he plays this out well.
What if a Stalker could blink into a Warp Prism that was flying away? That's a question I have to ask right now. But look at this. He tries the force field here, but I mean,
it gets the ramp, but well, that's a Colossi.
Exactly, that's the problem. And this is going to be okay as a trade for Hero. But where does he blink? I mean, this is the worst map possible for this type of strategy.
Well, against a Zerg, it would have worked. But with the Colossus out on the map for Creator, there's just no way. Of course, guys, if you are a little bit new to StarCraft, Colossi are massive units. Massive units can walk through force fields, and this is basically why this strategy just failed. Hero is banking on the idea of just force filling the ramp over and over again, blinking into the main base with the Blink Stalkers and taking the main base apart, while over and over again force filling the ramp, making sure that Creator could not defend. But the Colossi, it changed everything.
Yeah, they really did. And Hero now in a terrible position. He's trying to get the Twilight, or the Temple Archives tech up to get Archons in charge. He's going to that composition, which may allow him to take a third. If he takes a third, tries to use that mobile, aggressive army against Hero, or rather against Creator out in the middle of the map, and try to slow him down a few times, maybe he can catch up. He's getting Storm. This is really unusual for this matchup. This is actually one of the very few times I've seen Storm actually researched in PvP.
Storm, Charge, and a Fortune now coming up, but Hero is already way behind his opponent in supply. The Harvester count is the same, but we have just less army supply for Hero, and he's once again trying to make this Warp Prism work.
He's got
units in the base.
He's going to do a Storm drop. This is what his plan is here. And you're right, though, with the units in the main base, because he already showed the Warp Prism, this is going to be pretty ineffective, I would say.
Unless Creator pulls his unit to the left and tries to move out. If Hero hits this timing, he can at least cripple the economy of Creator if he is playing it well. But he really is so far behind at this point just because he doesn't have any Colossi or whatsoever.
Yeah, Hero trying to use his Stalkers a little bit here.
There goes the Warp Prism, by the way.
Yeah, Guardian Shield, it helps a little bit there, but...
Ah, he's so unlucky. Wow, did you see this? He actually pulls the units back, and at the same time Hero appears. If Hero would have waited 5 seconds longer, he could have gotten into the main base.
Yeah. I'm a little bit surprised Hero's actually not trying to find a different angle of attack here. Sending these Zealots in is going to be really ineffective. He's going to try to draw these forces back. But there's even a cannon here. All he has to do is pull his probes away for a second. The Colossus already comes back. And I mean, we were just witnessing the desperation of Hero with the Spillward. Oh my god!
Oh,
that was not desperate. That was quite successful. He's even making an Archon in the main.
But he loses a lot of Stalkers now at the third base. But he killed 17 Harvesters, and this puts Creator down to 44 against 54 at this point. Resources lost. Hero lost definitely a lot more than his opponent.
That is the last thing I think Creator expected to see as well. I mean, he sees the Warp Prism, he's like, all right, I got to defend these Zealots. Once they're dead, I'll come defend the other Zealots. And he's like, wait a minute, those are high tempo with Storms and PvP. I never expected that.
The big problem for Hero is that he's just now building his Robotic Spay. Creator already has 4 Colossi. He is getting the 5th now as we speak, and will join the party very soon. So Hero, what can he do at this point? He really needs more. He needs Colossi. It's not even more.
Killing the economy is nice, but it's not enough. In PvP, oftentimes it's actually, if you commit a lot of gas to killing economy, you just die to a timing attack, which may happen. Creator's Colossus count already up to 5 right now. He actually can attack and kill Hero, but he's playing the safe instead. Oh, he's going to try to force things here, but there's a cannon. And, oh, he gets the Storms regardless, but very few workers killed.
Well, actually, he killed 10, so that's not too bad. But, yeah, well, if you compare to what he lost, that's definitely a problem. 4,000 resources lost against 2,000. 50 to 57 Harvesters, 3 base to 3 base. So Creator is still fine here when you talk about his economy, and of course with the army that he has, he is still way ahead.
Yeah, this attack is going to be so hard to defend. He's going to need to have everything well split here. And there's +2 on the way for Hero right now. He's getting range for his Colossi, but the Creator +2 is much faster done right now.
If Creator attacks right now, the game's over.
Exactly.
Hero cannot defend against this.
101 army supply to 73.
He has more Colossi. He has range, something that Hero is just researching now. Creator will always be ahead in Colossi if he doesn't wait for too long, because he's now at double robotics facilities, so he can play double Colossi, and it's just, this army composition for Hero is nice, but it's just nothing compared to Creator's.
Yeah, Hero's got the Immortals to help out a little bit, but +3 is now on the way for Creator. The thing is, in PvP, the one situation that really works out in this type of situation when you're so behind is if you wait and then both players are maxed, then you lose the engagement because your Colossi are out of position, they bunch up too much. That's one way you can actually win, so that's kind of, I think, what Hero is hoping for right now. He's got Storms in his army as well. That's not something that's not common, but it is still very powerful in this matchup.
Creator waits very, very long here. I think he wants to get the +3 attack upgrade before he actually moves out.
Starting to seem like it, yeah.
Finally, now he has some movement on the map. Trying to get into position here, taking down the rocks in the middle to make sure that he's a little bit faster as his opponent's base if he chooses this path to walk there.
Hero sees this with the sentry on the watchtower, and he's going to try to get the better concave. This is not an engagement you want to ever fight with Colossi. A small Zealot run by will be stopped not only by the cannon, but also by his units. Oh, even making a wall.
If Creator waits too long now, Hero will be able to... I mean, look at it.
He will have a chance.
2 Colossi against 8 just a few seconds ago. Now he has 3 already. He's continuing this Colossi production. If he can buy time with Storm now and is able to catch up in Colossi, things will even out again.
We'll see if Creator wants to try to break through. I don't think this is a good idea. He may still be able to do it, but attacking in that choke point against Colossi and Storms on the other end,
he had a lot of time in order to attack. Before Storm was done when he had those Colossi, but he didn't do it. Now he has a few Zealots in his opponent's mineral line.
Now he's out of position. This is exactly what Creator needs, because now he can get into the perfect position, the natural. He may catch those Colossi for free. He's hesitating again, though.
The Colossi count is now, will be 5 against 8. It's 5 against 8 now, so a lot closer at this point.
+3 finishes for Creator. Hero just now starting his. He's got armor on the way as Storm hits, but it hits mostly Archons. It's not very useful. And the reason why Storm is not using this matchup is because the Colossus range is so much. And he's trapped behind his own base.
Let's see how effective those Storms are. He really needs great Storms now in order to make this work. He's still far behind in the Colossi count. But
picking off some units, though, starting to do some damage here.
Oh, the 2 High Templars die immediately, taken off by the Colossi. The range is just, as you already said, way too high.
And Hero, he's got the better concave here, but Creator has the better army. Will he try to commit? It looks like it is time for him to try to commit. He pushes through here.
He's trying to move in, leading the charge. Hero drops in supply immediately. There's just so much firepower with the Colossi count that he has. It is still 8 against 1 now. Hero drops down. GG.